See if this works. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7 o'clock. Welcoming you to the Village of Batavia, Claremont County CIC meeting. We'll call to order. It's now 7 o'clock. Roll call, please. Mr. Waite, when you have a minute.
Mr. Gibson. Mr. Theobald. Mr. Rump.
Here.
Mr. Stewart. Here. Mr. Meyer. Here. Mr. Staton. Here.
Okay. Go ahead.
I've provided the minutes of the March 10th CIC meeting, and can we get a motion to approve the minutes of the March 10th CIC meeting? Mr. Gibson?
I'll second.
Mr. Meyer? Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Theobald? Mr. Rump?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart? Abstain. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Staton?
Abstain.
Okay, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, and that passes with a 3-3. The next thing on the meeting is the general development update, and I'll let Mr. Geis explain that.
Thank you. Consistent with the direction that I was given in March as it relates to the economic development and the purpose of trying to cite companies in the village, commercial companies, and more specifically on Main Street, we were fortunate enough to attract a company that's willing to relocate with 25 employees to the village immediately. Their intent is to double that, to go to more than 50 employees. They're going to move to a couple of buildings on Main Street, and the company is Maddox Transformers, and what the company does is they refurbish old transformers and then resell them. At the location in the village on Main Street, they will not be doing any construction. They will not be doing any kind of storage, indoor or outdoor on that. This will be mainly their administrative offices on that. And in my conversations with them, consistent with the direction I was given, they have purchased a couple of buildings with the intent for the village CIC to grant them a $50,000 incentive to offset the cost of the purchase and the rehab of the buildings there in exchange for them remaining on site with the 25 employees for a minimum of 5 years at a decreasing scale with a payback of that. Mr. Moore and Mr. Connors drafted an agreement, and I'm requesting that the CIC approve that and authorize the mayor or me or the assistant or the vice mayor to execute the agreement on behalf of the CIC.
There's a resolution from the CIC, resolution number 5, which is a approval of the signing the agreement and giving Mr. Geis authority to execute the documents. So I'm looking for a motion.
Real fast,
Sure.
Mr. Geis. Looking at the grant agreement, the date to relocate is currently blank. I understand it's probably going to have to be filled in after we approve or disapprove this, but is there kind of a general consensus on when that date will happen or when that move will happen?
They indicated to me that it will be still this year.
Okay.
So the last piece in the puzzle was really to authorize this and then for them to move forward.
Thank you.
Can you clarify the location that they're planning to move to?
Yeah, it's in the resolution, in the grant agreement. There's two different sites.
That would be the old administration building for the village of Batavia, sir, and the old fire department house, if that's, is correct.
Right,
Did you say the lot,
in the vacant lot,
Yes.
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 If there are no other questions, can I get a motion to approve the Resolution 5-2025, approving a $50,000 grant and the authority to sign the agreement to validate the grant? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Meyer. By roll, Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Theobout? Yes. Mr. Runk?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart? Yes. Mr. Meyer? Yes. Mr. Staton? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 abstention. All right, so that has been approved, and Mr. Geist has authority to then execute the agreement on behalf of the village. There's nothing else on the agenda. Are there any other questions, comments, or anything before we close?
I do want to clarify just what you just said, Mr. Waite. He has the authority on a part of the village CIC to execute that
Yes,
contract.
the village CIC currently has about $280,000, which are proceeds from the sale of some other real estate. The purpose of the CIC is to utilize those funds to encourage economic development and growth within the village, specifically to encourage people to relocate on Main Street and to increase employment within the village. This transaction meets all of those objectives.
I have a new business-ish question, new business-ish question. I suggested it to somebody somewhere, and I can't remember when. A lot of things have happened over the summer. But I would like to talk about the possibility of including the library in the CIC conversation to try and find a way to help fill a gap in the negotiations for, if they're still interested in, the lot at the corner, near the apartments there, the 2 acres on the corner.
My wife is on the library board and the building committee for the library. Mr. Rubel is unwilling to part with that lot. The library is looking at several other options. One option is to actually tear down the existing library and build a new one there and purchase some adjacent properties to increase the parking. They're looking at several options. They are a little hesitant to move forward right now with a possibility of the state of Ohio funding being uncertain for next year. But they do plan on a new library for the village of Batavia.
Okay. I just knew, now that Banner is actively making their installments back to the village, I just thought it'd be a good time to start the conversation if that was a possibility, so. I see.
If without no other comments, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
John Gibson, all in favor?
Thank you. Okay, this is the beginning of the call to order for the second meeting of the month for the Batavia Village Council. May I have everybody stand, please, face towards this direction? Mr. Theobald, you want to lead us, please? And for all those veterans out there, thank you for serving our country, and thank you for leading us in a pledge, Mr. Theobald. Okay. At this, roll call, please. Yes.
Mr. Gibson. Mr. Theobald. Here. Mr. Meyer. Here. Mr. Stewart. Here. Mr. State. Here.
Approval of minutes. Approval of minutes, someone give a chance?
Okay. We've got minutes of the September 8th Village Council meeting. Can we get a motion to approve those minutes? Mr. Gibson, second.
Second.
Mr. Meyer, all in favor?
Okay. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I do have the list here. There are 4 people that are going to be speaking. Note, persons wishing to make comments will be limited to 3 minutes each. And we'll go ahead and start with the first person. Mr. Fisher, sir. I'd like to step forward. It's on the bottom, sir.
It was on, it says no. Oh, I gotta flip it over. Test, test. Hey, there you are. Hi, Dad. He's gonna watch on YouTube later. Hey, Kyle, I do appreciate you taking questions from Bill. I actually gave you a shout out online for that. Very much so. The newsletter, actually, every time I say today, I owe Bill $1 for truck gas money. So I'm trying to cut that down too. With that being said, I'm looking at the schools and the partnership between the village. We went ahead and said we don't recognize the current school board back in a couple newsletters ago, and here I got the regular school board meeting from April 23rd, 2012. Motion by Mr. Ewan, seconded by Mr. Runk, to approve a resolution opposing the current annexation attempt by the village of Batavia. Roll call, Mr. Runk is a yay. So, as much as you may not recognize the school board might not recognize you when you went ahead and opposed annexations of the schools, which essentially is a 1% pay cut for all of our fine educators out there. Moving on. Got online, Otter site. We're at 43% of all the parcels in the village now have some sort of abatement on them. I assume, maybe the right number is 75, 80, 90%. I owe you $2 more right there. At what point is enough? Are we going to shoot for 90%? Someone's got to pay for the fire department. I've done the numbers. If you take out the county buildings, it's still a really good favor for the village. I know the township gave $350,000 of COVID money to Joint Fire. This village went ahead and basically just treated the fire department as a service you guys clearly take for granted. Moving on, hey, real quick, the CIC loan, big promises there, really didn't come to speak of it, but it is important to note, in order to obtain a CIC loan in the state of Ohio, I'm pretty sure you have to go ahead and receive funding elsewhere commercially and be rejected somewhere else. I mean, that's the way the law is written. So pretty tough goals for a business there that apparently probably could not receive a loan on the outside. So I wouldn't be shocked if they do not get the 50 jobs. I hope they do. Moving along, Jason, I like your sign there. If you want a shirt free of charge, I'll go ahead and order it to your house and deliver it. 2-day shipping. Thank you, Amazon Prime. Moving on here. What do we got going on? Oh, I do love the village. You know, I went to Moorhead Dental today. Got my 3 beautiful daughters, their teeth treated. I'm looking forward to going over to Heather's photography studios here this winter. Actually, that's right around the corner, be like just in a month or two, and eating at Grandma's. And then we went ahead and mentioned the library there. I love the library. I love books. I love reading stuff online. But it is interesting that we want to do this stuff for the library. Meanwhile, we're taking all that money from the library with the tax abatements. We do pay library taxes. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and end it on a high note. Only owe and bill $12. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Ooh. Colleen Price. Mrs. Price? Colleen.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. My name's Colleen Price, and I'm here because approving high-density housing next to the airport would create long-term challenges for both our community and the airport itself. Health risks were raised at a recent zoning meeting, but not addressed. I'm here to highlight them tonight. First, I want to highlight that the Claremont County Airport is a vital economic asset worth protecting. It supports jobs, connects businesses, and strengthens our economy. FAA guidance recommends keeping residential development away from airports to avoid conflicts over noise, emissions, and safety. And the reality is, public health is a documented concern. The aircraft here used leaded AV gas, the largest source of airborne lead in the U.S. Studies show real risks. Children living within 1 kilometer of airports have elevated blood lead levels. At Reed Hillview Airport in California, nearby children's blood lead was as high as those in Flint, Michigan during the water crisis. In North Carolina, seniors downwind from airports had higher cardiovascular mortality rates. These are not speculative risks, they're documented, peer-reviewed findings. Next, other communities have faced these consequences. In Colorado, Boulder County and Superior sued Jefferson County over lead exposure and aircraft noise at Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport. Hundreds of homeowners also sued over lost property value and quality of life. In Sonoma County, community groups sued the EPA for failing to regulate lead emissions from small airports. And in Pueblo of Isleta versus Albuquerque, residents successfully sued over toxic pollutants, setting precedent for holding governments accountable when zoning allows exposure. These cases prove that once homes are built too close, communities inherit the health risks, financial costs, and lawsuits. Finally, local context is clear. This proposal for high-density housing next to the airport has already faced strong opposition from residents, aviation stakeholders, and others in our community. While the FAA is working towards eliminating leaded fuel, it is still in use today. Approving dense residential development beside the airport would ignore that reality. But there's an opportunity here. By rezoning this land for airport-compatible use, such as light industrial, the council can both protect the health and safety of our community and position the village of Batavia for growth. This path reduces the risks of lead exposure and future lawsuits while opening the door to businesses that create jobs, generate tax revenue, and support the airport. I urge you to view rezoning not as a loss, but as a chance to do what's best for Batavia as a community. Protect children and vulnerable populations, align with FAA guidance, safeguard the airport's future, and foster safe, sustainable economic opportunities. I respectfully ask you to vote against this high-density residential development and instead support rezoning that protects our community and strengthens Claremont County Airport. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Dorsey. I think it's not working again. Oops.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good. I just had a few questions. I don't know if you guys will be able to answer them or not, or if you'll answer them. But the past couple of weeks, I feel like they're always lacking information. But even tonight, it says a a company's willing to relocate, is there a reason why we're willing to say their name here but not on paper? You know, we've talked about this cell tower over and over, but there's no address of where the cell tower is going to be placed. I just feel like these agenda minutes lack lots of details that are important to this community to know actually what's going on. And those details are important to the citizens. How much debt is the village in? I know last meeting, Kyle said it was like 500 and some thousand. I just thought it was way more than that.
That's our payments. That's our payment.
Oh, that's your payment? Okay. Does anybody know the total debt that the village?
We're going to discuss at the finance meeting this Thursday to get everything collected. We'll have it for next.
Okay.
When I do our finance meeting notes next meeting, I'll have it.
All right, cool, thank you.
And Randy, the cell phone tower is the one in the county parking lot beside Spring and Third Street.
Correct.
So it's already erected, it's just not been
Oh,
turned
yes.
on?
They're already there.
Yeah. Okay, and again, just lack of details to know that that's not turned on.
And just another detail, the other one is up by the dollar store too, correct?
And there's one
There are
down
4.
by Diana, I think, too. Yeah, okay. So it'd just be appreciated if some of our minutes could have a little bit more details. Let's see what else I was gonna ask about. The,
That business is named in the CIC meeting notes,
oh, sorry, I didn't see those there.
Yeah, it was.
but you're right, not in the council meeting.
When we talk about the CIC, you know, you guys did say how much you guys had in there, which is like 200-some thousand, which was what I was going to ask about. But as far as like the local businesses that are already here, do they have access to that? Do they just need to come approach you guys if they need an incentive or if they want to expand? Like, how does that work?
Mr. Geist, do you want to explain how to promote that?
Or if that's going to be on the website soon so they will know? I mean, is these instructions written out anywhere?
The village is open to the CIC, as I understand the incorporation of that, to any potential assistance, economic assistance to businesses or operations within the village. So someone could come to the village and request some type of assistance for a specific project.
Okay, thank you. The last thing I had is just, it was just became very clear to me after watching the video that Bill had taken at the the last fire meeting, and that there's real no process in place for how different organizations get money from the village for these abatements. And so I just didn't know, like, in the future, like, can you guys come up with a process that you mail out to each of these organizations that are not getting their money so they know how to come back and ask for it? Because if you watch the video, it's very clear that they thought, you know, Mayor Runk was going to do this, and they thought this person, and it was just clear that, like, the process has not been outlined to these agencies of how they're supposed to request and ask for the money. And if it was organized in a process, everyone would know what they need to do to access those dollars. That's all I have. But I feel like there should be, so thank you.
Can you restate the question, Mr. Staten?
I believe that because of the, at this time, the only way the village could transfer funds to another government agency would be through an intergovernmental agreement. Is that correct?
That sounds correct, but it would depend on the circumstance.
Like, if we wanted, could we just write a check to the school, or do we have to have an agreement with them to, good question?
Yeah, it is a good question. We have to look into it.
Okay.
eventually.
Thank you, Randy, again. Mr. Albright.
Bill Albright again. Hey, Kyle? Yes, sir. You pay property taxes on that land, right?
I pay property taxes on the,
Ain't nothing you all can do about Streamside, Harvest Meadows, or apartments, right?
like, what do you mean?
To the school.
There wouldn't need to be agreement before this was all set up.
Congratulations. I got your property taxes right here. You paid $547 to fund that school last year with 2 kids. I paid twice that much for a house, a third the value of your house. The rest of your money in that pilot program went in the general fund of this village. And you guys spent more time last meeting debating raises, 21% for you, Mayor, $5 for maintenance. That's horse shit. Total horse shit. You guys care more about yourselves than you do school, fire, or anybody else. Right here. $200,000 interest-free loan from your CIC to Bean and Brew. That's you, Mayor Theobald. Your daughter ratted you out because I went to school with her. She chimed in the other night. You're best friends with the guy. You're in there all the time. It must be nice being friends with you corrupt officials. $200,000 interest-free loans you don't have to make a payment on for 2 years. The guy can't even pay his taxes. That's what tax abatements are for, people. To bring jobs to this community, to help them out. You should have gave him a tax abatement, not an interest-free loan. Almost $250,000. Almost. Man, the Bank of Batavia is helping their buddies out big time. Big time. You can't do nothing about Streamside, Harvest Meadows. Can't do nothing about that, Jason? Cat got your tongue, bud? Can't do nothing about it, huh? You're so dumb. That was your exact quote to me when I parked that big, beautiful sign next to your house and you called the cops on me. You're so dumb. You can't get no dumber than put that sign in your yard. Take back our village. That means waiting you out of here. Save our schools. You're all screwing over that school. Save our resources. You ain't come up with a number yet for the fire department, Mayor. You've had February 2021 right here. You ain't got a number. Save our schools. You guys are a joke. Right here's your own minutes. Y'all said on Streamside you're going to set aside money for the fire department. Set aside money for the school. Your own minutes. Come up here and read this. Somebody read this. I can't see it.
What year is that, Mr. Albright?
February 2021. Read the highlighted parts. I can't read it.
He negotiated a deal with Charles Kubicki to annex into the village for a 400-unit residential planned use development. The village did not have to issue infrastructure bonds. The village, the Batavia Local School District, and the Central Joint Fire EMS District have been, quote, understanding that the village will share the municipal income tax revenue from the homeowners during the period of the CREA tax abatements with the schools and the fire district. Mr. Handra made a motion to give the administrator direction to proceed with negotiations for residential development annexations as long as there is substantial compensation to the schools and the fire district, seconded by Mr. Gibson.
Gibson signed off on it. What changed? You got that crook right there. Geist in here. That changed. Can't fund nothing. Man, it might just be me, but I think funding the school and the fire department is makes a lot more sense than funding your local friend's bar and grill. This right here.
Thank you.
Time's up.
This right here is a Batavia Village check. 200 grand, interest free. I don't care about your time, dude. Your time's up. You got about 4 months left. You can kiss my ass.
Thank you so very much. Mr. Geis.
Thank you. Really just two things. They're on the agenda tonight. One, I just wanted to reinforce the fact that, I appreciate the opportunity to provide the grant to the company to bring in good jobs to Main Street, Batavia. We had talked, and I think that there's actually some action for council tonight about authorities and spending authorities in that. And this is something that actually started before I was here, and this was the grant for the EV charging on Weinmiller. And we are to the point now to where we actually are going to make the payment for that, and it'll be nearly $350,000, $348,395. And once we make that payment and execute the grant documents, the village will be reimbursed 100% for that, minus 10% through the 5-year period. There's a 5-year period that the village has to keep the EV charging units in place. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that was coming.
I think we ought to do a motion authorizing the issuance of that check, because that's in excess of the spending authority. That's all right? Yeah.
Sure.
Can I get a motion to approve issuing a check for the EV station up on Bauer Road for $348,395, knowing that once we have paid that, we will apply to the state of Ohio for reimbursement for that same amount. But again, that's a large check, and council expressed their desire to have notice and approval of large checks. So anyone want to make a motion for that? Yes, I'll make that motion. Mr. Staton, and a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Meyer. By roll, Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Theobout? Yes. Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
And Mr. Staton? Yes. Thank you. I think it's better to have that announced.
Sure, thank you. And the last thing that really isn't on the agenda, that I would just like to inform the council and really commend the Public Works Department, because today they installed the temporary modification to Harold Road, and they did it all in one day. They were allotted and originally approved for 3 days on the installation of that. They were able to complete that even before the weather commenced today. And what that now allows for is it allows for a north turning movement from eastbound State Route 32 onto Harold Road. It doesn't allow for the same left movement from westbound onto Harold Road, actually on the south side for that. And that really, with ODOT's direction on that should prevent the majority of serious crashes in that area. We're still moving forward with the permanent improvements. That will occur sometime next year once the final engineering is completed. We're in final discussions with ODOT right now for that, but that should occur, that project should be let sometime in 2026.
Mr. Geis, did the permanent improvements, I know, like are there going to be emergency turnarounds past Harold? Is that part of it as well?
There will be the installation of one emergency turnaround east of that, correct?
Thank you, Mr. Geis. This portion of the meeting is mine. The Village of Batavia Fun Fair was a very successful fun fair there again this year. I didn't hear any numbers, estimates on how many numbers, but I know our beer sales were, Mr. Theobout, did you recognize any?
Yes, they were high. The attendance for the kids was higher. Most of the food trucks sold out. Yes, it was a very successful event.
And the two bands that actually came were very successful too. I would like to thank the committee, especially everyone out there that actually came to the fun fair. Thank you for coming. And then also for all the people who came to the fun fair, thank you. To all the committee members and volunteers, thank you so very much, and to our police department. God bless you, and thank you for everything you did. And for our street department also, thank you for everything you did. And then all the council, thank you for joining in on that also.
Yes, the street department is awesome again.
Street department was awesome.
Thank you for all the work you put in.
Council, do you have anything to say? Or anything else to the fun fair? Gives you a little minute. Okay. And just as a reminder, there will be a car show on September 28th, and all proceeds go to the veterans. And that's all I have.
Okay, I wanted to add something to the agenda here. The Christian Help Center on Main Street told me today that they intend to once again offer a free community Thanksgiving dinner the Sunday before Thanksgiving. That was really well attended and accepted last year, and I wanted to acknowledge that and let people know. We'll try to publicize that so people are aware of that event. Now we've got some legislation. We've got Ordinance 55025. This is a third reading. This is an amendment to the spending authority. It reduces the spending authority from the mayor from $50,000 down to $25,000 without council approval. So can I get a motion to adopt Ordinance 155025? Mr. Staton. Is there a second? Mr. Gibson. By roll. Mr. Gibson. Yes. Mr. Theobout.
Yes.
Mr. Stewart. Yes. Mr. Meyer. Yes. Mr. Staton. Yes. Thank you. That's 5-0. Next legislation. Ordinance 1551. This is a appropriation amendment for the 2025 appropriations. This increases the funding, the appropriation to allow for the hiring of a replacement fiscal officer, so there'll be two of us employed at the same time for the last couple of months to provide some training for the subsequent fiscal officer. This is, again, the third reading. Can I have a motion to approve 155125? Was that Mr. Meyer, Mr. Stewart? Mr. Stewart seconds, thank you. Mr. Meyer. And by roll, Mr. Gibson? Yes. Mr. Theobout?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart? Yes. Mr. Meyer? Yes. Mr. Staton? Yes. Okay, next item is just a second reading on the ordinance 155225. This is the temporary appropriations for 2026 to allow us to pay items in the first 3 months of 2026. Next item is Resolution 38225, and this is a follow-up at the September 8th meeting. There was a discussion about providing a wage increase for the Public Works employees after the police department was given a $1 wage adjustment back in August. I have on the in the packet that you have listing the legislation. The final page of that is the resolution 38225. It shows what the Public Works employees are currently earning. Mr. Meyer had suggested a $1 raise, and I have shown what that would be. Mr. Staton had suggested a $3 wage adjustment. I've shown what that would be, and then I've got blanks. It's up to council to decide if they want to make either of those choices, or none at all, or something different. So it's all up to you. You tell me what you want to do, and if you can get a consensus with Ms. Cole not here, if you wanted to do this by emergency or to waive the 3 readings, it would take 5 votes.
Discussion from the council at all?
Yeah, I know originally, I believe Mr. Staten had talked about I think a $4.50 raise to equal up to the police department. I believe we've come down from that. You know, just looking at what's out there. I know the police department did get a $2 raise. I know we said a $1 raise, but I think it was a $2 raise. Is that correct? That's what we looked at last time. We did also talk about passing this at the last meeting, possibly by emergency, so that we could get these in now, and then that would get everybody back on the same wage schedule January. So from discussing, just looking over it, discussing with myself, I think option B is what I would agree to, which is kind of the middle ground, in my opinion. We're not talking about the 4.5 that would get them up to the police force. We are talking very similar to what they had before, so I think I would be more in line with doing the option B, the $3 raise, just to catch them back up to where we were, and then put everybody back on the same wage schedule for the new council starting at the beginning of the year.
I would be in agreement with,
Any other council member would like to
There you go.
speak about this?
Personally, rather than the 3, I would be in favor of a $2 raise. Yeah, I would be in favor of a $2 raise.
Again, it's going to take 5 votes if you want to do emergency. If not, it'd take 3 readings. You're almost getting to the January anyhow, and we could not do anything now and make adjustments in January. Again, it's up to you guys. I'm just saying, it's up to you. I'm not, oh,
Well, like I said, I'd be, I'd be in favor for $2. Other than that, I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor unless it's $2.
I think we can be in agreement that, obviously, we, you know, making wage adjustments to one department, not the other, was what we're trying to balance here. So we made it $2 to the police force, and if the compromise is $2, I think I'd be on with $2.
Mr. Gibson, do you have a thought?
I spoke my mind last meeting, but if we need to get something done, I'm okay with 2 if that's the consensus.
Mr. Stewart?
So the gap is 450 right now, and this would be about halfway there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fine for now.
Okay,
And this would be to retroactive start the 14th of September, is that correct?
well, the current wage would have started Sunday.
Yeah, in the resolution says the 14th. Yeah.
Okay, where's my minute? There we go. Okay, so we have get a motion to declare an emergency and waive the 3 readings for Resolution 38225 and then the next part will be the $2 raise. So do we have a motion to declare an emergency and waive the 3 readings by anybody
For the $2 raise?
for $2 raise?
Yes.
John, second. Mr. Gibson. By roll, Mr. Gibson. Yes. Mr. Theobout.
Yes.
Mr. Stewart. Yes. Mr. Meyer. Yes. Mr. Staten. Yes. Do we have a motion to adopt Resolution 38225 for a $2 change by somebody.
So moved.
By John, second? Mr. Staton. By roll, Mr. Gibson? Mr. Theobout?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart? Mr. Meyer? Mr. Staton? Okay, so that's 5-0. That resolution has passed. We have no other legislation. I want to mention, moving on to the meetings and reports. Thursday, there is a Finance Committee meeting. It had been scheduled for 6 p.m. It was on the board outside at 6. That's been changed to 4 p.m. on Thursday instead of 6 p.m. So, and that's changes on the board outside. Just want to make people aware of that change.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. And Tuesday, October 14th at 7 p.m. is our next regular council meeting. Changed from Monday because of October 13th is a holiday. Then Tuesday, October 21st at 7 p.m., next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Then Monday, October 27th at 7 p.m., second October regular council meeting, if needed on that one. Any questions, comments from the council again? Okay. Hearing none? Motion to adjourn, please? Motion to adjourn. Wow, that was a photo finish.
I'm going to give it to Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Stewart?
And Mr. Theobout, second.
Mr. Theobout. Thank you, sir. Thank you, council.